Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to Charlestown. My name is Ryan Woods, and I proudly serve as the Parks Commissioner for the City of Boston. And we are so excited that we are finally, after years and years and through COVID and community meetings and every complication with drainage under the sun, that we can finally open Eden Street, McCarthy, Edwards, whichever name you know this park by, the kitchen. We are so happy to be here today. Parks and playgrounds like this one are critical community spaces that create opportunities for residents to connect with one another, experience moments of mindfulness in nature, to get some exercise, and most importantly, to have some fun. They also play a significant role in mitigating the impacts of climate change, like reducing air pollution through planting of trees and reducing the urban heat island effect. This is a $1,386,000 renovation from the Mayor's capital improvement budget, which includes a complete renovation of the playground for both 2 to 5 and 5 to 12-year-old structures, lighting upgrades to improve efficiency, shrub and tree plantings, and our first ever bicycle repair station as you come in that can help with, have all the tools there and air to pump your tires in the city, as well as sporting areas. I'd like to thank Annie Flick-Blair, who is here, who is the project manager for the Parks Department, so just give a round of applause for Annie. Thank you for working on this. And her team at Klopfer Martin Design Group that worked on this in Mountain View that helped construct this project. There's also many other features such as drinking fountains, walking paths, the central lawn area where the fence will be down in just a few weeks after the lawn is fully established. That we replaced the hockey court kickboards throughout. There's resurfacing on this court, new backboards and hoops. So all in all, we're really excited about this $1.3 million investment here in Charlestown. It's now my pleasure to introduce someone who is our park champion, someone who knows the value of parks. I think I can safely say she's probably in a park almost every single day with her kids. She is the Mayor of Boston. Please welcome Mayor Michelle Wu.
Good morning, everyone. I am so excited to be here on this day that I know has been a long time coming for the community and turned out beautifully in terms of all the features here. Thank you so, so much. One more round of applause for our incredible Parks Commissioner, Ryan Woods, and his entire team. Ryan is representing our Chief of Energy, Environment, and Open Space, Reverend Mariama Whitehammond, as well, who couldn't join us this morning. We are you'll hear shortly from my colleagues in government, City Councilor Gigi Coletta, State Representative Danny Ryan. But we are probably here with the most important guests of all, our 4th graders from the Warren Prescott School, who will be keeping us updated on how the features are going here. So you heard a little bit about what the new changes have been and how much work went into designing and getting all of this right so that we could not only make it a more beautiful and functional space for our park users, but one that will also help protect and drain the water and keep us climate safe as well in this neighborhood and in a city that desperately needs to make sure we're moving fast on climate resiliency. So I want to thank members of the Parks Department for working closely with the Boston Water and Sewer Commission around stormwater drainage. We thought about the lighting and how energy efficient that lighting is so that it can be safe for everyone all throughout the day. And also the various new plantings and the trees that are going to grow to cast shade for everyone to enjoy this. There were 4 separate community meetings to discuss what would go into this park, starting right here in this very space. And we heard from neighbors throughout the entire process, and we want to make sure that everything that we do in the city, we do right by our residents. This is a neighborhood that has so many families with young children, and we want all those families to stay here, to have everything they need, to find the City of Boston comfortable, convenient for raising a family from the day that you bring that bundle of joy home from the hospital all the way to thinking about schools and the scary parts of your little one now having car keys and all of that. So this will be the place. There's something for everyone. Bring your babies here to swing in the swings and watch them run around the play area for older kids, shoot some hoops, shoot some pucks, or just walk around and sit and enjoy the calm of this amazing little green space in the heart of our city. So I want to thank the Parks Department for really incorporating everyone's feedback to make sure that this would be a park that every generation will enjoy and that we will be able to pass down for generations to come. So thank you so much. We are so honored to work alongside all of you to represent Charlestown and to make sure that we can keep moving fast on creating the spaces that are absolutely essential as infrastructure for our communities and for our kids. Thank you so much, and I will pass it on to Councilor Gigi Coletta.
Good morning, everybody. It is always a great morning when we are celebrating investments in creating spaces and places that connect families and connect community and ultimately create joy at the end of the day. As many folks here know, this park, Eden Street Park as I know it, but also the Edward McCarthy Playground, has created generations of memories for folks, including roller hockey tournaments, play dates, dog dates, you name it. And so it's just, it's exciting and incredible to see how it has transformed through playground infrastructure improvements, landscape architecture improvements, and even amazing modern amenities like the water bottle filling station, which will help us limit single-use plastics moving forward. So this park and the improvements are incredibly savvy, and it looks towards the future, as Mayor Wu mentioned, for climate resiliency. So I want to be sure to thank Mayor Wu and her team for pushing this forward over the finish line. Of course, I want to give a special shout out to Commissioner Ryan Woods and his team for overseeing this from the very beginning and spearheading this project. I want to be sure to call out former ONS liaisons Quinlan Locke and Chris Breen for getting the community to get together and engaging the community. And I want to be sure to thank the community as well too. It was parents and families who helped reimagine what this space could be for future generations. So thank you all so much for being here, and thank you for your work. I think the last thing that I want to just say before I pass it over to, I think, Rep. Ryan, is that the pandemic affirmed for all of us that open space is essential for our health and well-being, and for the health and well-being of families and entire communities. It's essential we get out to breathe fresh air, to engage in recreational activities, and connect with our neighbors and stay rooted locally. So this is what that park will do, and I can't wait to come back to see, you know, the fruits of our labor and see how families are utilizing it, and seeing how families enjoy the space for future generations. Thank you so much. And I'll pass it over to Danny Ryan.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thanks first and foremost to good people at Charlestown, my neighbors, for waiting and being patient for this beautiful park. So much has happened since it was first proposed, but this is a sign of 2-3 years of Zooms and everything else. We're gonna start seeing our parks reopen, our bridges get done. I promise you, I don't make campaign promises, it's coming. So thank you for your patience. I especially want to thank Ryan Woods and of course the mayor for their commitment, continued commitment to open space, play space, places where your neighbors can come out, meet and greet each other and just hang out. This is a home game for me. I grew up right there, 362 Main Street, back when there was railroad tracks, and 3 of those 5 houses were boarded up for 10 years. So we've seen a lot of change here, but we've also seen a lot that reminds us of the old neighborhood that we had and still have. That's the beautiful thing about this park. It looks like the Eden Street Park I grew up in, but it's modern. So it's a little bit of respect for the past with eyes to the future. That's what we're doing with our open space. That's why this is such a beautiful design. And I just thank everybody for being here. And I look forward to our next park, and our next road, our next bridge. It's coming. Thank you for waiting. Our next pool.
Thank you so much, Councilor and Representative. We're so fortunate to have great schools, especially here in Charlestown. And with us today, as the mayor mentioned, is students from the Warren Prescott. Now we'd like to invite their principal, Michelle Davis, to come up and say a few remarks.
Good morning, everyone. I am the very proud principal of the Warren Prescott K-8 school, and we are so excited to be here today for the opening of the park. Thank you so much to Mayor Wu. And students, are we very excited about this park opening? Okay. Awesome. I think the future is right here with students from the Warren Prescott School, and thank you so much for having us here today. There is no substitute for hard work, and I think because of the hard work of the Charlestown community that this is possible today. So thank you so much.
If there's any questions, we just do the ribbon cutting after.
So I want to give one more recognition, and then we can take a couple questions on the park. If you have questions off topic, I'll do them separately afterwards before we cut the ribbon. I do want to recognize my good friend Brad Lander, who's the comptroller of New York City, is in town studying and thinking about climate and environment and all that. So we're really honored that you're here at this event. We can't pass up an opportunity to show New York how it's done whenever we get that chance. So thank you for joining us. Any questions on the park? Good? Okay, let's cut the ribbon.
Perfect.
10, 9,